Alok Kejriwal, a visionary entrepreneur and advocate for the deaf community, is transforming accessibility in India through his groundbreaking ventures. As the founder and CEO of India Signing Hands ISH and the Signing Hands Foundation, he has provided accessible education, employment opportunities, and inclusive media content to millions. With over 35 years of leadership in business as chairman and MD of AAPL Solutions Private Limited, Alok's determination and innovative approach have redefined inclusivity. Collaboration with platforms like Disney+Hotstar and Star Sports to bring sign language commentary have opened new avenues for the deaf community. His inspiring journey continues to set a benchmark for accessibility and empowerment across India and beyond.
Yes, I am Alok Kejriwal. I am a deaf individual. I am the founder and CEO of India Signing Hands. It was my dream to set up ISH, and ISH was set up 6 years ago. We have slowly built this company. We provide different kinds of services. We have a digital news platform with more than 300 million views in the last 6 years. And every month we have an average of 50 to 60 lakh viewers on all our social media platforms. This is because all of our content is completely accessible with subtitles and voiceover. It is accessible to the deaf and the hard of hearing, accessible to deaf people, their parents, their hearing parents. Like I am a deaf person, my family is completely hearing. So for them, they can watch the videos with me because they can hear the videos. I can watch the sign language. They can learn a bit of my language. And we're building an inclusive platform here.
What inspired you to start ISH and focus on creating accessible education, entertainment and information for the deaf community in India?
So what happened is, it was my father's influence. You see, my father loved reading newspapers like the Times of India, Economic Times, and he would keep giving me information. He would tell me, you need to read newspapers. But I never understood what was written. It was very difficult for me to read. So I would keep asking him. I tell him, please explain this article. And that's when I realized there'll be so many other deaf people like me. How would they learn from the news? How would they understand what is happening in politics or regarding health issues? Like, how would they get information? I love reading newspapers, now. I love reading about economics, business, investment. Though there are some pieces that I don't understand, but I'm really an avid reader. So I realized that, I want to do something and I wanted to do something through news. So one of my, I had a mentor, so I asked him this and he said, why not? You can get into the media and the entertainment line. I was not very sure initially, but my mentor who is in this industry, his name is Mr. Pralhad Kakkad. I had a lot of meetings with him, and he said, "Oh, you can do it." My father said, "No, you can't do it." I ignored him. I said, "No, I will invest from my own pocket. I will set this up." And now my family is shocked. They're like, "Oh my God, this is a success." We all have different mindsets, but I believe it was God's guidance that led me here. And it was the support of multiple people that has, led to this success.
And Mr. Kejriwal, with 75% of your team comprising of deaf individuals, what are some of the biggest barriers deaf people face in India regarding whether it's employment, whether it's entrepreneurship, and how are you addressing these challenges for them?
So in India, I'll tell you, there is no accessibility for the deaf community. Always, 95%, there is no accessibility. Whether you go to the airport, you go to the railway station, you go to the bank, you go to the police station, you go to the court. everywhere a deaf person is going to face barriers. In the US, the accessibility is amazing because there are laws that mandate it. In India, you have the RPWD Act that mandates accessibility for the deaf, but it is largely ignored. Now times are changing. Now, because of our company, we are showing people that things can, accessibility is a possibility. Whether you go to the government, wherever you go, an interpreter should be provided and education should be accessible. It is my vision that it is my vision that in the next 2 years, things will change, things will get better. That is my vision, yes.
How do you see the role of government and private enterprises in promoting accessibility for the deaf community?
So, as an advisor to the MSJE that you're talking about, I advise them on about deaf education, about accessibility when it comes to education, and working with the government has been amazing. Slowly and steadily, things are getting better, and the government agencies are very confident with us with our work, and I am ready to work with them for projects, for media projects. I want to make people aware about the deaf community, about issues regarding the deaf, because there are deaf people in tiny villages across India. And what happens is our platform is a very strong platform to connect with deaf people. And, there are so many kinds of disabilities out there, and the government is working on all different kinds of disabilities. When it comes to us, we work towards the deaf community and we're supporting each other. So it is a very familiar relationship that we have. It's a small community, so we're doing our bit there.
Looking ahead, I want to know what are your future plans for ISH, the Signing Hands Foundation, and your broader vision for inclusivity in India.
So my vision is to expand our translation of movies, to have more movies in Indian Sign Language on OTT platforms, have more sporting activities that are accessible to the deaf community, have sports like kabaddi, football, and different kinds of sporting events be accessible. We want banks to be accessible to the deaf, because it is very difficult for a deaf person to go to a bank and communicate with the staff. We have approached banks and we're trying to change that area as well. We are currently working with a private bank. I can't disclose the name, but we will soon be talking about making their services accessible. So that is the vision. Slowly and steadily, all spaces should be accessible.
Wonderful. And my last question to Mr. Kejriwal is that your journey, it inspires millions of people, and I feel, hearing your story, I'm one of them. So what message would you like to share with our viewers, whether it's about resilience, inclusivity, and breaking barriers?
The deaf and hearing are equal citizens. All deaf and hearing people are equal citizens of India. They must be included in all aspects of life. Deaf people can do it. Deaf people can do anything except hear. We can see the same as you, we function the same as you. Just like you can do anything, I can do it. A lot of people think that, a deaf person can't do anything, and that is wrong. So that is my message to the world, yes.